Man, submarines are such curious machines, man. To me, anyway. And if any Navy vets are watching this that have been on subs, let me know what it's like. Ooh, what? Dude, holy crap. Oh, there, saboteur. Man, this is weird because of what's currently happening in the world now. It's eerie. Hey, what's up guys? Hope everyone out there is doing well. My name is Mike and we're about to get into a reaction for the film The Hunt for Red October from 1990. Oh man, I was 8 years old when this one came out. So, this is a request. Before I do the shout out, let me say I am not sure if I've seen this one or not. If I did see it, it wasn't in theaters, so it must have been a couple years after. Maybe when I was 10 or 12. I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. Because I'm aware that it's a submarine movie with Sean Connery. It's a popular movie too, so maybe that's why I think I may have seen it. If I haven't, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is a request. This is going to be for, sorry if I'm going to say the second one wrong, but this is for Kendall S. and for Ikwan Bedwinner. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. So, you know, I did pull up this Tom Clancy bibliography because I was curious if I've ever read anything or seen any of these movies that are based off his novels, and I don't believe so, unless I did see Hunt for Red October as a kid, but I have no idea, man. So, what's kind of funny about this is, I didn't plan this for this reaction and request, but it turns out Hunt for Red October looks like it was his first novel, so what a good starting point for any reactions to Tom Clancy based films. So, I'm going to read a quick synopsis from Netflix. It's on Netflix, by the way. Let's see, so, oh, how do you, let me see. Okay. When a Soviet nuclear sub headed toward American waters drops off U.S. scanners, the Yanks and CIA analyst Jack Ryan scramble to respond. Okay, I don't know if that was a code name for something in the Tom Clancy novels, but, you know, Yanks are what other countries call Americans, so I don't, it must be some kind of code name. But, yeah, last thing we'll look at before we jump into this one, this has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty damn good, man. It was directed by John McTiernan, and obviously it's based off a Tom Clancy novel. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in, get a drink, get a snack, maybe some popcorn. Let's do this, man. Hunt for Red October. I cannot remember the last time I saw a Sean Connery movie, or an Alec Baldwin movie as well. November of 1984, shortly before Gorbachev... Oh, that's weird timing, because he just passed away. Shortly before Gorbachev came to power, a Typhoon-class Soviet subsurface just south of the Grand Banks, then sank in deep water, apparently suffering a radiation problem. Unconfirmed reports indicated some of the crew were rescued. But according to repeated statements by both Soviet and American governments, nothing of what you are about to see, ... ever, in italics, ever happened. Alright. Wow, we are definitely back in 1990, man. Man, we just lost Sean Connery recently in the last few years as well. Polyzharny Inlet, north of Soviet sub-base near Murmansk. Sorry if I'm saying those wrong. Hey, is that Sam Neill? I just did a reaction. I haven't uploaded it yet, but he was in it. A movie called In the Mouth of Madness. He was also in one of my favorite horror movies, Event Horizon. So I am a military vet, and I was not in the Navy, but I couldn't imagine being on a submarine, man. Tim Curry also? Wow. Wow, James Earl Jones too? All-star cast, man. Jeffrey Jones, I feel like was he in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Stellan Skarsgård too, wow. Fred Thompson? The actor who became a senator? And he passed away. I think he even ran for president. Man, he's so young here.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be upstairs sleeping.
Darling keeps waking me up.
Oh, I get it.
Jack, you're going to miss the plane.
You go upstairs with Mrs. Wheeler right now and go to sleep.
London Heathrow Airport. Random fact, guys, but I actually met DMX in Heathrow Airport once. I was in the Middle East for several months on a deployment. On the way back home to my home base, which I was stationed at RAF Mildenhall in England at the time, we stopped through Heathrow Airport. And yeah, man, we ran into DMX with, I think he had like 4 bodyguards with him. He wasn't up to taking pictures, though. Not even for some vets on the way home. Ah, he's at the CIA.
Back, boy. Get yourself in here.
There's the man.
Look like hell.
Thank you very much, Admiral.
When's the last time you got some sleep?
Oh, I don't know. This thing's still on London time. British intelligence obtained these pictures 2 days ago. She's the Red October, the latest Typhoon class. 12 meters longer than the standard Typhoon, 3 meters wider. Captain's name is Ramius. I did the bio on him last year. He's taken out the lead boat in each new subclass for the last 10 years. Trained most of their attack boat skippers. The Russians call him Vilnius Nastavnik, the Vilnius schoolmaster.
What are these doors?
So he's the man.
Those doors, sir, are the problem. Mansk have come up with something new. With your permission, I'd like to show these photographs to someone. Do you know Skip Tyler?
Downstairs in 10 minutes. Satellite caught Red October in Polyani Inlet this morning.
Oh, it's on their radar already. So nostalgic hearing that, like, military movie sound of the letters.
I should go to SAPS.
Correct. See, man, Beaumont signal algorithmic processing systems. Like Beethoven on the computer. You have labored to produce a biologic.
A what?
A whale, Beaumont, a whale. A marine mammal that knows a hell of a lot more about sonar than you do.
What do I do? I got it.
Oh, this is for real now.
Captain Eye, what do you got, Jonesy?
It's a wild guess, but I'd say we had a boomer coming out of the bar. Could be a missile boat out of Polyani.
Okay, start your track. I'll be there in a minute.
Sonar eye.
This is cool because we get to see both sides here.
Parad great prikaz,
Zampalet Putin в Coyote.
I wonder if anyone Russian is watching this. How good are their accents?
Наблюдение на поведением членов экипажа, товарищ капитан. Союзу Советских Социалистических Республик, товарищ личник del бит не может. And the seventh angel poured forth his bowl into the air, and a voice cried out from heaven, saying, "It is done." A man with your responsibilities reading about the end of the world. I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Speaking English, too.
You wrote and underlined these passages.
No.
Someone else.
This book belonged to my wife. I keep it for sentimental value.
I'm sorry, Comrade Captain. Your wife was a beautiful woman. Her death was unfortunate. I'm only doing my job. It is my responsibility.
He was just checking to see if he was crazy.
How many agents did the KGB put aboard my boat?
Your boat, Captain.
Yes.
This vessel belongs to the people.
You know what I mean, you smug asshole.
I suggest we open our orders, Captain.
So I also did a reaction to another submarine film, but I botched the audio on it, so it's probably not going to be uploaded. It was called Crimson Tide, and yeah, man, some of these security measures that these guys have to take, it's crazy, man. At least I think I botched the audio. I'm not sure. Something was messed up on it.
We're to proceed north to grid square reference 5490 and rendezvous with Alpha submarine Kanavalov. Captain Tupolev's boat.
You know Tupolev?
He was your student. It's rumored he has a special place in his heart for you.
There's little room in Tupolev's heart for anyone but Tupolev.
We are to run a series of drills.
Very
hunters
classy
while we test our
cups there,
ship.
man. Very
Having
elegant.
evaluated the operational readiness of the Caterpillar drive, we are to return to Polyani on or about the 16th of this month.
Why did it focus on those cups anyway?
Before you
I
proceed,
know it is
Comrade.
not protocol, Captain, but would you permit me to post our orders and inform the crew of our mission?
What? Dude. Holy crap. What did he like mess with his spine?
Where I am going, you cannot follow.
Dude. He's gonna say he fell or something, huh? He's switching out the orders. Wow, that's sneaky. Okay. Eager to see what's up with this.
Dr. Petrov, report to my cabin immediately. There's been a dreadful accident.
Man, submarines are such curious machines, man. To me, anyway. Hold a sense of mystery for me. since I know nothing about them. And if any Navy vets are watching this that have been on subs, let me know what it's like being on one for a couple months.
Who let you in here?
Hey, Skip, what have they got you playing with models now?
Ah!
There's Jeffrey Jones.
The DSRV. Rescue sub.
I know what it is, I just never seen one before.
We're rigging it with a generic docking collar, so it'll mate with British, German, just about anybody's sub. They can get it anywhere in the world in 24 hours.
And I'm guessing you're gonna have to.
You got a minute?
This is weird, man, because I mentioned in the last reaction I saw, which had Jeffrey Jones in, I've never seen that guy in any movie except for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Then next thing you know, fast forward to 2022, I do 2 movies back to back that have him in them.
This could be a caterpillar.
A what?
A caterpillar drive. Magneto-hydrodynamic propulsion. You follow?
No.
No.
It's like a jet engine for the water. Goes in the front, gets squirted out the back. Only it's got no moving parts, so it's very, very quiet.
Like how quiet?
It's doubtful our sonar'd even pick it up. And if it did, it'd sound like whales humping or some kind of seismic anomaly. Anything but a submarine. We messed with this a couple of years ago. They really built this. This isn't a mock-up or anything.
She put to sea this morning.
This thing could park a couple of 100 warheads off Washington or New York, and no one would know anything about it till it was all over.
Just like that, they zipped him up, man.
Are you all right, Captain? Oh, yes. Just to die from something as petty as slipping on tea.
You're blaming yourself, Captain. It was an accident. We cannot go on without a political officer.
Doctor, this is a combat vessel of the Soviet Navy, and I am a senior combat officer. We do not cancel operations because of accidents. Seaman, come here. Your name?
Cook's assistant, Loganov, sir.
Good. I want you and the doctor to witness this. I'm removing the political officer's missile key. Carry on. And I'm keeping it myself.
Captain, I think we should report this to Red Fleet Command.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Doctor. Our orders are for strict radio silence. Order, sir.
This is most unnerving, Captain. The reason for having 2 missile keys is so that no one man may...
Right? May what? Huh?
Arm the missiles. Perhaps I should keep the key.
Thank you, that'll be all, Doctor.
Yeah, get out of here, Pennywise. Man, I hope Pennywise doesn't pose a problem
I
later.
will try to forget your comments when I present my report.
That noise sounds like a typhoon.
Man, these old-ass printers.
Call this guy Typhoon 7, start a tape on him.
Only hears?
Not if we stay in his baffles, Seaman Beaumont. Not if we stay in his baffles.
I wonder if that doctor is going to tell anyone else.
Any sonar contacts, Mr. Kamarov?
No contacts, Captain. Sonar is clear.
Then it is time I explain our orders to the crew.
I get why they're speaking English now, because it's an American movie. But I think they should have stuck with the Russian. It would have been better realism for this movie.
Comrades,
these fake orders, right?
Captain. It is an honor to speak to you today. I'm honored to be sailing with you on the maiden voyage of our motherland's most recent achievement. Once more, we play our dangerous game against our old adversary, the American Navy. But today, the game is different. We have the advantage. It reminds me of the heady days of Sputnik and Yuri Gagarin, when the world trembled at the sound of our rockets. Well, they will tremble again at the sound of our silence. The order is, engage the silent drive.
They're about to use this caterpillar.
Comrades, our own fleet doesn't know our full potential. They will do everything possible to test us, but they will only test their own embarrassment. We will leave our fleet behind. We will pass through the American patrols, past their sonar nets, and lay off their largest city, and listen to their rock and roll.
That damn rock and roll.
We conduct missile drills. And when we are finished, the only sound they will hear is our laughter. While we sail to Havana, where the sun is warm, and so is the comradeship. A great day, comrades. We sail into history.
Caterpillar engaging.
I wonder, is this real? This caterpillar drive? Has someone actually come up with this?
What happened?
I don't know.
They'll be like, I thought I heard some whales humping. Man, I already said this, but submarines are just so wondrous, man. Just like a big sea creature. Slow and steady.
Is the American turning to follow us?
The American is continuing in his original course.
Can't hear us. And the singing?
Yeah, what about the singing?
Let them sing.
They're gonna hear that, I bet. Wow, it's so close.
Sonar is working, Captain. The Russian disappeared. 1 minute he was steady, 4,000 yards off the bow, and then he was gone. And for a second, I thought I heard...
Singing.
Heard what?
Thought I heard singing, sir.
С добрым утром, товарищ адмирал. Доброе утро, адмирал.
Yeah,
Товарищ адмирал. Доброе утро.
yeah.
Здравствуйте, товарищ адмирал.
Yeah.
There's a letter there from Marco Ramius.
Oh, Marco.
Hey, he has those same cups almost.
What the hell happened?
Come on, this is no longer a research project.
Things have escalated.
We've sortied their whole bloody fleet.
That's about the size of it.
Where are we going anyway?
Briefing for Jeffrey Pell, President's National Security Advisor.
Who's giving the briefing?
You are.
You are. The yeoman will have all the slides laid out for you.
Oh man, right on the spot.
Give him direct answers. Tell him what you think. Come on.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell?
A magneto-hydrodynamic drive, or Caterpillar, that would enable the sub to run virtually silent. It is possible that this new drive system allowed Ramius to elude one of our attack boats, the Dallas, which trailed Red October from harbor this morning. This drive system, if operable, could render the Red October undetectable to our SOSUS warning nets in the Atlantic.
Mr. Ryan, would you characterize this as a first strike weapon?
I believe so, sir.
There's a possibility, sir. It is designed to approach by stealth and to shower its target with multiple independent warheads with little or no warning before impact. There are now some 58 nuclear submarines headed at high speed into the Atlantic. This constitutes the bulk of the Soviet surface fleet.
Could be just an exercise. It may have
Suppose
nothing
it's
to
not
do
an exercise. Suppose this is the beginning of a move against NATO.
Man, this is weird because of what's currently happening in the world now. It's eerie.
Before sailing, Captain Ramius sent a letter to Admiral Yuri Padoran, chairman of the Red Fleet. Contents of the letter are unknown, but Admiral Padoran immediately demanded a meeting with Premier Chernyenko. Within minutes of that meeting, Soviet fleet sailed with orders to find Red October and sink her.
She went rogue.
Oh my God, they've got a madman on their hands.
Today's the 23rd, isn't it?
What?
Today is the 23rd, isn't it?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch!
You wish to add something to our discussion, Dr. Ryan?
Well, sir, I was just thinking that perhaps there's another possibility we might consider. Ramius might be trying to defect.
You mean to suggest that this man has
Proceed, Mr. Ryan.
Ramius trained most of their officer corps, which would put him in a position to select men willing to help him. And he's not Russian. He's Lithuanian by birth, raised by his paternal grandfather, a fisherman. And he has no children, no ties to leave behind. And today is the first anniversary of his wife's death.
Oh, come on. You're just an analyst. What can you possibly know what goes on in this mine?
I know Ramius, General.
Isn't that an analyst's job?
He's nearly a legend in the submarine community. I actually met him once at an embassy dinner. Have you ever met Captain Ramius, General?
How long before Ramius could be in a position to fire his missiles at us?
4 days.
All right. I'll brief the president. That'll be all, gentlemen. Dr. Ryan, would you stay for a moment?
I said, speak your mind, Jack, but Jesus.
He's a smart guy.
You slammed the door on the general pretty hard, Jack.
It was not my intention, sir.
Oh, yes, it was.
Well, so did he. He was shut him up.
My opinion, he deserved it. I'm a politician, which means I'm a cheat and a liar. And when I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops. But it also means that I keep my options open. Let's assume for a minute that you're right. What do you suggest we do about it?
Listen.
We definitely grabbed the boat, sir.
Talk to him. Open a dialogue.
The Soviet state property. They're gonna want it back.
Maybe it's enough then just to get some people on board and inspect it. The Russians get one whiff of this through the regular communication circuits, the game is up. Second, we need to figure out what can we do to help them. Third, somebody's got to go out there and make contact with Ramius and find out what his intentions really are.
Okay, when do you leave? Wait a minute.
I am not field personnel. I am only an analyst.
You're perfect. I can't ask any of these characters to go. One, they don't believe in it. Two, they'd never stake their reputation on a hunch. Whereas you
are expendable.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'll give you 3 days to prove your theory correct. After that, we'll have to hunt down Ramirez and destroy him.
And it's 4 days to reach the States. Okay. So this is like the beginning of Jack Ryan's adventures in the Tom Clancy universe, huh? I think I've seen some trailers of the show on Amazon Prime, and it doesn't seem like he was it seems like he was a field agent. He's like running around fighting people and stuff.
All ahead flank. All ahead flank.
Inquire of the engineer about the possibility of going to 105% on the reactor. The entire fleet is after him.
Man, that's crazy. You have the entire fleet after your submarine.
Engineer reports 105% on the reactor possible, but not recommended.
Do it.
Go to 105 on the reactor.
Captain, what is it? Where are we going?
We're going to kill a friend, Yevgeny. We're going to kill Ramirez.
Such a crucial job, man, these sonar guys. At least back then. I'm not sure what, changes in technology have occurred with that now.
Well, she just married a factory manager.
Excuse me, Doctor. Do you have the figures for the latest batch of radiation tests?
No?
No. Perhaps you could bring the preceding set as well, for comparison.
They're getting him out of there. He knows what's up, that doctor. He has to. He's gonna see who he can get on his side within his crew, or are they already all on his side?
I'd like to know exactly what happened to Putin. He didn't sleep on his steed, did he? We're risking our lives here.
Look, Putin could have caused complications. What did you think? He'd just go and sulk while we carried out our plans? Is that what you thought?
Man was a pig. But it's a decision we should have all made together.
You are not in command here.
If the crew finds out, we could have a mutiny.
He's just letting them speak.
There'll be no going back.
Here we go.
Before we sailed, I dispatched a letter to Admiral Bedorin, in which I announced our intention to defect.
Ooh, that's what it was.
In the name of God, why? You have signed our death warrants.
Bedorin will send the entire fleet.
They'll find us and hunt us
Nobody's
down.
going to find us. That's enough, Yuri.
You had to make a political statement. Was it something deeper, Captain? Was it ego, Captain?
We each have our reasons, Victor. My own began the day I was handed the blueprints for this ship. A ship which had but one use. And as for the rest, well, those are things that I alone must carry the burden for. Anatoly, you're afraid of our fleet. Well, you should be. Personally, I give us 1 chance in 3. And more to you, anyway.
He's very nonchalant about this.
And you may report back to your post.
You heard the captain dismissed.
So none of them are going to say anything. Or will they?
It would have been better if you had not informed Moscow.
Moscow is not the worry of the whole Soviet Navy. I know their tactic.
He trained them.
The worry is the Americans. We meet the right sort. This will work. We get some buckaroo.
Which is the reason Jack is going in.
You don't like flying, huh? Oh, this is nothing.
Oh, cool. So they're just going to fly him to one of the subs.
Jack, next time you get a bright idea, just put it in a memo.
Oh, they're going to a carrier. That looks like an AWACS.
That Hawkeye from Weymouth Trap?
4-wire.
That's Fred Thompson. I know his voice.
The gentleman is here to see you.
Gentlemen, what the hell are you talking about, Charlie?
I apologize for the uniform, sir. This is Admiral Greer's idea of a low profile.
You work for Jim Greer?
And I imagine you'll tell me what all the hubbub's about.
Sir, the moment that sub went silent and I thought I heard some singing, I heard something in the background, real faint.
I'm sorry, listen to it at 10 times speed.
That's the sound of the Caterpillar drive, huh?
Now, that's gotta be man-made, Captain.
All right.
So they're going to track seismic activity, I guess.
Right into Red Route 1, Captain. And it's headed for the Iceland coast.
Tommy, I want you to plot us a speed course for the bottom end of Red Route 1. We'll never find him in those canyons.
He's a genius, man. Jonesy. If they survive this, I'm sure he's getting a promotion.
What's he gonna do? Sail into New York, pop the hatch, and say, "Here I am"?
It might be just that simple, yes.
And I don't think your notion of a few days inspection is going to wash either. In order to be of any value, you'd have to tear it apart. That'll urge you along to take a couple of months.
That's cool. You can hear aircraft taking off from the carrier in the background.
Ones that don't defect are going to go back and say, we got the boat.
Yes, sir. I think I see your point.
You think he's crazy?
Certifiable. Because I don't care for him wearing the uniform.
The Academy, class of 72, a Marine. Summer of his third year, he went down in a chopper accident in the Med. Bad. Pilot, crew killed. That kid spent 10 months in traction and another year learning to walk again. Did his fourth year from the hospital. That's up to you, Charlie, but you might consider cutting the kid a little slack.
I had no idea. I mean, that little story there applies to everyone in life. You don't know what someone has done in their past or what they've accomplished. If you just met them, you have no idea. Dang, this is a long movie. This is going to be fun to edit.
Passing Thor's twins, sir.
Passing the twins now, Captain.
Very good. You may commence your run.
Ah, those are Thor's twins, huh?
25 seconds to course 1.
Increase speed to 26 knots and recompute.
Why are they doing that? Just to stay ahead of the game? Ahead of schedule? Wow, this is getting tight in there. Just means you gotta be extra careful on your recalculations.
Should we decrease speed?
Prepare to come right.
Aye, sir. 5, 4, 3, 2.
He's got his seatbelt on. Thanks, Mike.
We're in the lane. Next leg, 34 minutes to the Neptune Massif.
So, did they take a shortcut? Oh, shoot. Did they hit something? Or was it just too fast for their, the sub to handle it?
What happened? The cryogenic plants, the magnets are being cooled, and the temperature in the Caterpillar is 50 degrees above red line and rising. If we don't shut it off, it's gonna melt. Kill it, shut it down.
How long will it take to fix?
I gotta find out what's wrong first.
Captain, we will have to stop until we can make repairs to the Caterpillar unit.
Negative. We'll run on normal propulsion.
Captain, we will not be silent.
Make revolutions for 20 knots and engage the propellers.
Okay, he's ready to reveal himself to the Americans now. They're gonna see his path, and all of them except for Jack is gonna think that he's getting into position to hit the States.
Doctor?
Dude, I feel like this Tim Curry's character, the Doctor, is gonna start a riot or something.
Mr. Ambassador, we have nearly 100 naval vessels operating in the North Atlantic right now. And what looks like an exercise could be a prelude to war. Having your ships and ours, your aircraft and ours, in such proximity is inherently dangerous. Wars have begun that way, Mr. Ambassador.
We have lost one of our submarines.
Lost it?
Several of the crew of the officers are sons of high-party officials.
You're telling me that this is a massive rescue operation?
That is correct.
It's a half-truth. I was wondering, before he said that, did he have authorization from his leadership to even say that much? But yeah, it's not even, it's a half-truth.
How can we help?
And he knows that.
Well, I'm not sure that...
Perhaps a joint rescue mission?
That is very gracious of you, sir.
Well, they didn't expect him to say that?
I'll pass your offer. I think we're doing everything that can be done.
Yep, on the surface, it's a game of cat and mouse there, huh? Being coy with each other. That's another tough job, by the way. Being an ambassador, man.
Captain, sonar just been overflown by a low-altitude multi-engine turboprop. Water entry of small objects.
Battle stations! Battle stations! Shall we bottom the boat, Captain?
No, too late for that now. Countermeasures. Prepare to launch a full spread.
Aye, sir. Torpedo in the water.
Oh man, they've already found them?
Torpedo has acquired.
I'm sure they have some kind of anti...
Launch countermeasures.
Yeah. Launch countermeasures, aye, sir.
How long to the turn of the Massif?
2 minutes, 9 seconds.
We have no room to maneuver in this canyons, Captain. If the countermeasure doesn't work...
Shut up!
It'll work.
Torpedo has reached countermeasures. Torpedo has lost contact.
Oh, we got through it.
Torpedo has reacquired. Torpedo has reacquired in his homing.
Give me the count.
Turn it massive 40 degrees starboard in 30 seconds.
Time to torpedo impact.
Torpedo impact, 35 seconds.
Increase the flank.
Full ahead flank.
It's gonna hit a rock or something. They're gonna turn.
Turn it massive in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
The turn, Captain.
Not yet.
You want to make sure that it's gonna hit the rock.
Mark plus 8 seconds. Plus 9. Plus 10 seconds.
Every time that he delays, they have to recalculate, man.
Sound collision. Captain, we're out of the lane.
You're relieved.
Dude, he trained them all. He knows what he's doing.
Reverse starboard engine.
Right full rudder, hold back starboard shaft. Hold back starboard shaft. 6.
Mr. Kalubin.
5.
Are they gonna clip that rock? Wow. Yeah, see, I didn't think about that. That not only will the Americans know where they are, now their own fleet knows where they are too.
Captain, they're really shooting at us. Why?
But yeah, the guys don't know. They're like, why the hell are our guys shooting at us?
I found out what happened to the Caterpillar.
Oh.
The buffer circuit has been torn out.
Sabotage.
Whoever did this knew how to cripple a Caterpillar in a way not easy to find.
There might be some KGB on board. I forgot. Unless it's that doctor or one of his officers.
The officers.
Or maybe not.
We had all the time in the world before we put to sea. Must be a member of the crew.
We don't have to figure out how to get the crew off the sub. He's already done that. He would have had to. All we have to do is figure out what he's gonna do.
How do you get a crew to want to get off a nuclear sub?
Oh, they're gonna say that the nuclear reactor is about to explode or something. Or there's radiation or something.
Admiral, is there a way you could get me on board the Dallas?
What the hell for?
I think that Captain Mancuso has found the Red October.
The only way to get you on the Dallas is to fly you out there. Chopper.
Loaded down with enough fuel to get you there, but Dallas may not be there. We're trying to get a message to her, but if she's gone deep, it's done. If you have to ditch, don't think about anything but the survival gear. At this water's temperature, you'll have about 4 minutes.
Yeah, man, and that what you just saw with him stopping while the jet took off. Yeah, in some movies they don't do that, and they just keep talking while a jet's taking off. That's not possible, man. Like before I made sergeant in the military, I was around F-16s all day, and yeah, you're not having a conversation while one is taking off next to you. And plus, you're also wearing double hearing protection. You're wearing earplugs and the earmuffs. Good thing the captain let him try this.
What about him?
He won't leave.
No contacts on bearing 295.
Dude, I bet he's tired. He's the only one who really, like, is as genius level as he is.
I seen me a mermaid once. I even seen me a shark eat an octopus. I ain't never seen no phantom Russian submarine.
Yeah, laugh it up, buddy. Just got it. But now Jack is on the way, so they're gonna have to go to the surface.
Caterpillar is operational and appears to be running normally.
They still need to find out who the saboteur was.
Do you think they will let me live in Montana?
Sure. Big sky country.
And I will marry a round American woman and raise rabbits?
Have you guys ever had rabbit? I've had rabbit and dumplings.
Pickup truck. Possibly even a recreational vehicle. And drive from state to state.
I would love to do that.
Do they let you do that?
They do.
Yes. No papers?
No papers. Well, you have to have your driver's license, but yeah, pickups are such an American thing, aren't they? When I was stationed in England, the only people who had pickup trucks were Americans stationed there.
In winter, I will live in Arizona.
Dude, I used to be stationed in Arizona too, and you know what? Elderly people would go there in winter. We used to call them snowbirds to get away from the cold weather from wherever they were from.
Console, not crazy, Ivan.
All stop, quick, quiet.
All stop, answers all stop.
Right behind him, man.
So what's a catch?
A boat this big doesn't exactly stop on a dime.
Yeah, what happens if they see him?
What about you? What do you look forward to?
I have no such appetites.
Well, there must be something.
I miss the peace of fishing, like when I was a boy.
Plenty of that you can do in the States. You can visit him in Montana and you go fishing. Do some fly fishing.
My wife died while I was at sea, you know.
That's horrible, man. Still wears the ring.
Post guards in the engineering spaces. If he can get to the Caterpillar, he can get to somewhere more vital.
My read is that he's returning to base course.
Oh yeah, they still gotta get Jack whenever he gets there.
What is it? You're not gonna believe this.
Yep, gotta get him. Oh man, look at that storm too.
Wherever this guy is, he's in for one hell of a ride.
Wow, this is pretty cool, man.
Drifting forward, stop forward.
Wow, this would be crazy, man. Dude.
To be easier without the bloody crosswind. Don't touch it!
Oh, shit.
Check. This is never gonna work. Okay, Tony, reel him back in.
No, he's not going to. He's gonna, like, cut it.
Tony, what the hell is going on back?
Yep, I thought so.
Port side, send out the diver! Very well, Dallas, we are
I figured he was gonna do that. Dang, that other guy took a crack when he went over.
How do you do, Captain? It's a pleasure to be aboard.
He's not amused at all.
It seems that the initial reports that one of our submarines was missing
It's
were not
not true.
completely accurate. Submarine in question is commanded by Captain Marco Ramius. He has suffered a kind of mental or nervous breakdown. He posted a letter to Admiral Yuri Padorin,
Another
which
half-truth.
announced his intention to
Attack the U.S.
fire his missiles on the United States.
Another half-truth. So they're gonna use them to help get rid of the sub, too.
You offered your assistance.
Yeah, that was a rescue mission. Now you want us to help you hunt him down, kill him.
I have been instructed to ask your president for precisely that.
Cigarette? Don't smoke.
Assuming we can find him, just what exactly am I supposed to do about it?
Chief, excuse us for a second.
Tight squeeze in these places, man. In these subs.
There's the possibility that he and a good portion of his crew are attempting to defect.
Excuse me. It seems the circumstances have changed somewhat, Mr.
They
Ryan.
got the orders to attack it.
You are authorized to use any necessary force to prevent said submarine from approaching the coast of the United States.
Was it already the 3-day mark?
Captain, I have to talk to you.
Not now.
He's gonna have to find a way to get through to this captain and let him know, hey man, look, you gotta take the chance and let me talk to him or something. And he's gonna say like you're gonna start a war or something if you don't give us this chance.
Ramius intends to defect. The Russians know this, which is why they've been trying to sink him for the past 2 days.
Captain, I have a firing solution. Very well.
They've invented this story that he's crazy because they need our help to sink him before he can safely contact us.
Weapons control, I want full safeties. We're so close, I don't want those fish coming back at us. Full safety, aye, sir.
Has he made any crazy Ivans? The next one will be to starboard.
Why, because his last was to port?
No, because he always goes to starboard in the bottom half of the hour.
Hey man, they sent him here on this like crazy ass mission to get him on this sub, hear him out. And he's right, he did the crazy Ivan again.
Captain, he's turning.
Which way is he turning, Jones?
Starboard.
Sir. All back full. Back full, aye, sir. Engines back full. Open the outer doors. Firing point procedures.
Now, if that bastard so much as twitches, I'm gonna blow him right to Mars.
Can you identify the contact?
American Los Angeles class attack submarine. Captain, he has opened his outer doors and is preparing to fire.
Shall I open the torpedo tube doors, sir?
No. Do not open the doors.
Has he opened his outer doors?
Negative, Captain. He's just sitting there.
He's heading to periscope depth to see what's on the surface. What's his course now?
Course is 270, Captain. Due west.
They're gonna speak. Okay. Okay. I still feel like there's still more conflict to happen on the Red October. Another attack from the Saboteur or something.
You wanted to talk to him, Mr. Ryan. There he is.
What do you want to say?
Are they gonna use Morse code?
U.S. told you intend a missile launch. Break. Do not approach U.S. coast or you will be attacked. Break. If intention is other, will you discuss option? Break. Can he acknowledge with a single ping?
Yeah, he can. Question is, will he?
Verify our range to target. One ping only.
He's not even telling them what is being said.
I'll be damned. Now what?
Yes, he'll discuss options.
All right. If defection, you plot course. Short. Someplace deep. Someplace deep. Okay. Okay.
You out of your mind?
If defection, meet us at the Laurentian Abyss?
You know he was gonna go to starboard.
Well, he knows him, right?
I didn't.
Oh.
I had a 50-50 chance and I needed a break. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Well, that's all right, Mr. Ryan.
Oh, gosh. Replot a course.
Re-verify our range to target.
One ping.
One ping only. One ping only, please.
Now, what the hell is this about?
The Russians want us to sink her. Might have to do that.
Oh. Okay. So they want to go somewhere deep, he said, because, like he said, they're gonna have to get off the subs. Probably due to radiation. Wait, so was it him? Was he the one? The saboteur?
Yep. The reactor! Seal the ventilation system! Suffered a leak in the primary coolant tube. So shut down the reactor.
Wait,
The
so
ventilation circuits have been disabled.
this was Ramius's idea,
The
right?
coolant appears highly contaminated.
Radiation is moving forward.
Get us to periscope depth. We'll ventilate with the outside air.
Captain, we've got a level 1 radiation leak. Every surface of the ship is contaminated. Simply changing the air won't do. We've got to get the men off.
I'm afraid the doctor is right.
Very well. Surface. We'll evacuate the men to the deck.
Okay, so maybe there was no saboteur then. He planned this. He always planned this. To get all the men off the boat. And crappy conditions on the surface too.
Make sure the count is accurate, Doctor. We must get the entire crew out.
Yes, sir.
I'm not yawning because this is boring. I'm yawning because I did 13 miles with elevation on a bike today. My legs are thrashed. I'm a little tired.
6 miles and closing fast. It's a warship.
What, here? Can you identify?
It's a frigate, U.S., probably Perry class. He's signaling. Red, October. Halt and stay where you are. Do not attempt to submerge or you will be fired upon.
Oh shoot. And that's not... This is someone who might just take him out.
The officers and I will submerge beneath you and scuttle the ship.
You'll receive the order of Lenin for this, Captain.
But, you know, if there's a saboteur, he's not gonna leave. Okay. Did they already spread the word to the rest of the US fleet that they are defecting?
Drop. Now.
What is this? Torpedoes?
800 yards.
Oh shoot, man.
700 yards.
Call it off.
600 yards.
Call it off, man. Call it off.
300 yards.
Okay.
The torpedo is detonated.
No. Understand?
Oh, they're gonna fake it.
The torpedo did not self-destruct. You heard it hit the hull.
Oh.
I was never here.
I get it.
Mystic Dallas, you're clear for launch.
Okay.
Hatch is secured.
So they are gonna blow this sub up, I think. One, so that they can convince the Russians that they did what they, you know, said they would help them with, and they won't know that these guys have defected.
600 yards in closing.
Roger, still right, of course.
400. 100 yards.
So are they just taking a look at the technology?
He's defecting. You're willing to bet your life on that?
Is that a bulletproof vest? What is that? Oh, it's a weapon. Knock, knock.
Americans.
I hope one of them speaks Russian. Oh yeah, but they speak English too. Ramius does. It's a weird moment. He doesn't smoke. He's using that for a diplomatic tactic.
3. Позеленее чудак.
Hey, it worked.
What's so funny?
He speaks Russian.
The captain seems to think you're some sort of cowboy.
По-русски.
Немного. Полезно знать, что думает противник.
It is.
I doubt you'd remember, but we met once at the consulate in Leningrad, along with your wife. I'm very sorry.
What gives you the right to fire on my ship? Your signal said nothing of a torpedo.
Ryan? It was necessary to maintain the illusion for your crew.
My crew are being rescued, yes?
As we speak.
Smart, man.
You sent the signal. Then how did you know our reactor accident was false?
Well, that was a guess, but it seemed
The
logical.
best way to get everyone off the ship.
I present you the ballistic missile submarine Red October. My officers and I request asylum in the United States of America.
It's a pleasure, sir. Bart Mancuso, USS Dallas.
What about the saboteur, though?
Torpedo! The Americans are shooting at us again.
Pitch is too high.
Russians.
The torpedo's Russian.
What do you mean another torpedo? Where the hell did it come from?
Con sonar, new contact, Sierra 4-1, Alpha class Soviet submarine.
Dang, so there goes the whole ruse, man. They can't say that they blew up the sub. Oh, it's this guy. I forgot all about him.
It's past Red October before it arms.
You had the wrong range. Fire again with the right settings.
Get the hell out of here!
Wait, where am I?
Oh, they're staying. Dang, so the whole plan of making this look like, yeah, we shot it down.
Bayou. Capitan Bayou. Capitan Bayou.
Ryan, sit here.
I'm not a naval officer. I'm with the CIA. I just write books for the CIA.
Whatever. Sit down and do exactly what I tell you.
Captain, I think it's a Konevalov.
So that's Tupolev, isn't it? The guy who Stellan Skarsgård's playing.
That knob, turn right, full.
He's shooting again, sir.
Go to battle stations.
High speed cruise, torpedo in the water.
Countermeasures?
315.
Make range 7,000 yards.
Steer right, 315.
Wait a minute, that's heading into the torpedo.
Estimate range 6,000 yards.
Steer right till this reach, 315.
No, that's wrong. Ryan, don't turn that goddamn wheel.
He knows what he's doing.
You're heading straight into that torpedo.
Yes.
Is he gonna shoot it?
Ready, running 110%.
And give me 115%.
Estimate range 3,000 yards.
That's cool. The Americans are helping him man the sub.
Thompson, we have a firing solution on the Russian Alpha. Can we shoot back?
They didn't shoot at us. I can't attack a Soviet submarine without authorization.
Torpedo impact, 20
He's gonna shoot it. What's he gonna do?
What books?
Pardon me?
He's so calm.
What books did you write?
He's so calm. He knows what he's gonna do.
I wrote a biography of Admiral Halsey called The Fighting Sailor about naval combat tactics.
I know this book.
Torpedo impact,
Your conclusions were all wrong, Brian.
10 seconds.
Halsey acted stupidly.
What is he gonna do?
2. Torpedo impact. Now.
Wow.
I'll be damned. Captain closed the distance before it could arm itself.
Ah.
So that's it?
Captain Tupolev is removing the safety features on all his weapons. He won't make the same mistake twice. Vasily, have you plotted solution yet?
A little rough, but I...
Oh! There's saboteur. Dude, did he get... Oh, it got him. Dang, man. There goes his 2 wives and RVing in Montana. Dang.
I would like to have seen Montana.
I would have liked for you to see Montana too, man. That's right, he's going to be reincarnated on another ship, a spaceship, in Event Horizon.
Captain, he's doubled forward into the missile bay. We're showing a silo hatch warning. Port side, number 20.
He can't launch a missile.
No, but he can blow one out. Captain, take the con.
Fire control's blasted to hell.
Then get in behind him and stay there.
Captain, wait.
Give him the gun, yeah.
You may need this, sir.
Thank you.
Don't just stand there, Ryan. Go with him.
You speak
He's not a
English?
field.
Yes, sir. Get your butt over.
He's not a field agent, but okay. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to fight, but what was it he said? Should have just wrote a memo.
We must get him before he gets to the ignition circuits.
Oh, they got him.
What happens if he makes it to that ignition circuitry?
He can incinerate the ship.
Let him stay there.
That door the only way out of here?
You take care of it, Ryan.
Yes.
Don't let him get past you.
You're right. Be careful what you shoot at.
Most things in here don't react too well to bullets.
Right.
Well, the other guy didn't really seem to care if he about all that.
I have to be careful what I shoot at.
Yeah, exactly.
He's taking position behind us.
Right full rudder.
I'll shake the man loose.
This is crazy. The Americans are controlling that ship right now. That submarine. Dang, he's gonna have to go hand to hand, man. So who? I couldn't see who that saboteur was. If he was one of the officers or.
Ryan, some things in here don't react well to bullets.
Nice Connery impression.
900 meters, directly ahead.
Got him. Max bearings on fire.
They're too close.
Don't argue with me. Launch the weapon.
Torpedoes are armed in the tube. Stop now.
Another torpedo, Captain. It went active the moment it was launched. It's acquired us and is homing.
Left full rudder. He's off in your bow plane.
Okay, what are they gonna... They're gonna, like, steal its aggro and get it to home on them.
Way to go, Dallas!
Oh, nice. Now they have the, what do you call it? Countermeasures.
Release countermeasures. Emergency blow.
Nice. Oh, there's still another one.
Torpedo's still
Okay,
active.
shoot.
It's searching for another target now.
Okay, that only temporarily worked. Okay, he's gone Splinter Cell mode, man.
Goddamn cook.
It was him.
Estafeta pecoye.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
How close is that Alpha, Jonesy?
1,000 yards, dead astern.
Reverse your turn.
I said. We're turning straight at him.
The hard part about playing chicken is knowing when to flinch.
Oh, they're gonna try to get it to lock onto the other sub. Tupolev sub. Ah, oh, dude.
This one's gonna be close. Torpedo, dead ahead.
You arrogant ass.
They did it.
You killed us.
Wow. Now they're gonna think that the captain died. They're gonna think the Red October sank.
We have ascertained the Red October's final position, but given the depth of the water and the fact that the wreckage is spread out over such a wide area, it'll be some time before anything is recovered. However, your people are interviewing the crew now and making arrangements for their return.
Perhaps in the future the technology will be available for a more thorough investigation of the wreckage.
Perhaps.
There is another matter. One of our submarines,
Tupolev's.
Alpha, was last reported in the area of the Grand Banks. We've not heard from her for some time.
They know. They know.
You've lost another submarine?
They have to know. The USSR. So they saved it. Wow.
All this way to hide a submarine in a river.
We're 100 miles from the nearest naval base. The last place that satellites will ever look.
Man, that 1990s green screen. You can. It's so easy to tell.
There's one question you haven't asked me yet.
Why?
Why?
Well, I figured you would tell me when you were ready.
Now, there are those who believe we should attack the United States first with everything in one moment. Red October was built for that purpose.
When the dust settles from this, there's going to be hell to pay in Moscow.
Maybe some good will come from it. A little revolution now and then is a healthy thing, don't you think? There's a river, not unlike this one, near Vilna, where my grandfather taught me to fish. And the sea will grant each man new hope, as sleep brings dreams of home. Christopher Columbus.
Welcome to the new world, sir.
Okay. Wow. All right. We just got done watching Hunt for Red October. Excellent movie, man. This one, although I could kind of see where things were going, still captivating and get your heart racing a little bit, get you tense a little bit. This was good, man. And this is based off Tom Clancy novel. I'm assuming that the book is just as riveting, if not more, than this movie was. So, very good film. Great acting in this as well. The book I saw was written in 1984, which was, forgive me, I can't remember the year that the Cold War ended and the USSR was fell. 1984. I do know that was before the collapse. So at the time that the novel came out, holy crap, this must have been material that was extremely relevant, even though fiction, for the American public at the time, and much more effective then. And even this movie, a couple things and themes it touches on are still relevant today, just because of what's happening in the world today with Russia and Ukraine at the time of this filming. This is already after the massive Ukrainian push, and this is already when Russia is doing their draft, which they didn't call it a draft, they called it a partial mobilization. So yeah, there's themes in this movie that hold relevance today because, Putin did say that he put it out there that, nukes are not off the table. So relevant. Now let me just try to summarize a couple things I really liked about this. It's going to be stuff I already mentioned, my apologies. Acting was great. I really liked the story. The movie kept you tense. The cinematography while on this sub was really cool too. Tight spaces. Like I said, I can't imagine what it's like being on a sub. It's such I'm not claustrophobic, but it would get to me after like a period of however long they're at sea, months. A couple things I didn't like. Now, I wish they spoke Russian, but I understand why they didn't, like I said, because it's an American movie for the ease of people to understand. But it would have enhanced the realism if they spoke Russian the majority of the film. But then again, like I said, not only is it because it's an American movie, but also because I don't think Sean Connery or a lot of these guys, Sam Neill, can speak all that Russian, Plus, then you have to worry about people saying their accents suck, if they sucked, I don't know. And also, this movie is a little bit dated as far as the special effects. So, that is kind of, but minor complaint because this is an old movie and I can understand that. That at the time, these were probably the best effects they had. But yeah, very few cons on this. This movie was a long movie, and while some might see that as a con, I think it was the right length to tell this story. And if I had to give this one a rating, I would give it I'd give this one an 8.5. I enjoyed it, man. Yeah, there was a lot of big names in this one as far as the actors. Like I said, everyone did a great job. Really cool that this is kind of the first stop in the Tom Clancy journey. And again, I didn't plan it that way. I just thought I was just going to do a request. Like, all right, let's do this movie. I know it's a Tom Clancy one that you guys asked me to check out, so did not plan on it being the first one. So I know there's a bunch that were on that list in his bibliography, and there were movies made out of them. Actually, Red Storm Rising, I don't know. But I know there's a movie, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Sum of All Fears. We're going to keep going, man. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. If you're still here in this video, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to enjoy this movie with me. I hope you got something out of this reaction. If you have any other movies you would like me to check out, please put them in the comments below. And we will see you guys in the next one.